No, we wait. Okay. Ugh. Cool. Both of my dogs are in my room, so if there's any loud-ish dog-related noises, you'll know why. So if there's any loud-ish dog-related noises, you'll. Okay, cool. Let me change it from top chat to live chat. So, welcome to episode 2 or part 2 or whatever you want to call it of playing free Steam games. It's been a little while since my last stream. So I'll give a quick refresh on the point of this. Basically, I'm gonna be over the course of many streams, I'm gonna be playing through just like a bunch of free Steam games, and then at the end, once I feel like I've played through enough, I'm gonna do a tier list of all the games that I played, and then I'll make a video going over the tier list and like what each kind of just a basic description of each game, why I ranked it how I did, and just like that type of thing. So that in the hopes that once that video is out in the future, if people, have Steam but they don't really have any money and they want to see if there's any good like games they can play, they can watch my video and see if there's anything that interests them. And like I'm hoping to play enough free Steam games that it's like, if you weren't interested in like the stuff in the video, I don't know what I was trying to say there. I don't know. I want there to be enough games covered in the video that there's like you can still look through free Steam games if you want, but like you don't really need to if you watch my video. Like obviously I'm sure there's tons of free Steam games and I won't be able to cover all of them. But anyway, so as you can see, this is the first game. Um I have no idea if I'm going to be interested in this one or not, but I've had this one like ready for the longest cuz whenever I find a free Steam game, I just go ahead and grab it to try out. So I've had this one for the longest, so I figured I'd do it first. Um you just like stay in your apartment. This doesn't really describe the game, so I'm gonna go to the reviews quickly. Oh, here, I'll read the mature content description just in case anyone, uh, you know, is like sensitive to these, whatever these things are. This game deals with mental health issues such as anxiety, trauma, disassociation, and isolation. There's never any violence, abuse, drug use, or sexual content within the game. Um, and here's the review. It says a small, touching, and free game that explores the often harsh reality of mental illness rather than the often romanticized or unexplored aspects. It's very relatable for sufferers of depression, anxiety, disassociation, trauma such PTSD, and/or isolation. The gameplay is merely an empty vessel for the words to be told, which is fine, and it's made to complete in one playthrough with no save. The playtime is 20 to 30 minutes. The visuals are quite nice too. And this person says, simple but effective, wish there was more interactivity or choices to make, but it's clear that the gameplay is merely a vessel for the dialogue. So, like, I probably won't really be able to relate to this game, but we can still see if it's. Oh, by the way, I wanted to say, with my free Steam game stuff, I'm only gonna be covering games that are permanently free. So, for example, Ark Survival Evolved. I don't know if it's gonna be in my recent game. Yeah, right there. Ark Survival Evolved was like free for a few days. But it's not free anymore, I don't think. But either way, it's not like permanently free, so I'm not gonna cover that. There's also this game that I got just because it was free. I got Ark Survival Evolved and this game both because they normally cost money, but now that they were free temporarily. This game is free for June, but it's not like permanently free, so I'm not gonna be covering that game either. Anyways, into You Will Not Remain. Here we go. Oh, and I'll have to change the OBS to show it once it's done loading. Alright. Okay. Cool. This game was made on the. We pair our sex villagers, past, present, and emerging. Sovereignty was never ceded, colonial violence never stopped. You Will Not Remain is a story about isolation that contains dark themes and deals with mental health issues. These include, but are not limited to, anxiety, depression, dissociation, and suicidal ideation. Okay, Let's look at the credits. Narration, Gabrielle Logren. Art and animation, T-Dog Extreme. Music and sound, Talia Razo. Programming and implementation, Jordan Cook Irwin. Movement, WSD. Interact with space, F for full screen. Okay, I will not be playing full screen because that usually messes up my stream. You Will Not Rain is a short game intended to be played in one sitting. There is no saving. Okay. It's time to wake up. Again. How many more agains will you have? How long have you been here? Does it matter? So there's a person talking and then some other something. I don't know. Or maybe that's like the text on screen is his thoughts, and then that was like what he said out loud. The leaves are drooping. You should water it. You fill the watering can and take it to the plant. You soak the base, hoping it's both enough and not too much at the same time. You've never been good with plants, and sometimes trying too hard is what kills them. Can I grab the bone for the dog? No. Can I grab the coffee? Yeah. You still have plenty of grounds an instant when you're desperate. You haven't even gone through all the apartments on this floor. Making it as much ritual as it is comfort. You cradle the cup in your hands, warmth seeping into your fingertips. So is this apartment like abandoned then? It grows cold as you stare at the sink, the ceiling, the strange shapes your hand make around porcelain. You pour it down the sink, wash the cup before putting it away. Maybe tomorrow will be easier. Okay. Channel after channel of nothing. Is it getting bigger, or was it always that size? If you were prone to poetry, you'd almost say it was beautiful in a fatalistic sort of way. But you're not. Haven't been for some time. You've run out of pretty metaphors for awful things. There's not much else to do. You could walk circles around the apartment, or you could go back to bed. Dog! Is that a dog? Impossible. It's been weeks since you've been stuck here. You would have surely heard it before this. Bark, bark, bark. Owl. I mean, there seems to be a dog bowl and a bone in the room. You know? You better go see what it is, just in case. Come on, open the door. You know you can, can't you? What if I just went to bed? Bark, bark. You can do this, come on. Like saying the words will help. Owl. Just do it. Let's go to bed. My throat. It's wrong. Everything is wrong. You don't belong here. You need to get back inside. It's only down the hall. You can do this. What if I go the wrong way? I want to explore. Okay, I guess I can't. Guess I'll go back this way. I like the soundtrack. Door. Bark, bark. There's something wrong with this apartment. Bark, bark. Is that a dog? But it doesn't look like any dog you've seen before. It's thin, skin stretched tight across ribs, long body, all bones and hard hands. Hey, it's okay. I'm not here to hurt you. Bark. That's right. Everything is okay. Whine. Do you want to come with me? Whine. Is that a yes? Yeah. Is there anything else in here? Probably not, but I guess I might as well check. That's probably what they were saying when they said, like, I wish there was more things to interact with. And like, whoa! The dog jumps forward before you can react. You brace for pain and instead feel the drag of its tongue across your chin. It pants happily as it tries to lick every inch of your face. Whoa, down. Hey, that's like my dog. It drops to all fours, looking obediently up at you, tongue long out of a mouth bisected by wickedly sharp teeth. Well, it's this way, I guess. You're glad to leave. Something is wrong here. A new kind of emptiness. No bed, no chairs, no life. How did the dog even get here? When the two of you leave, it will be like nothing has ever been here at all. The dog follows at your heels, nose sniffing furiously in the air. Bark just a little further. Follow me, dog. I conveniently already have a dog bowl and a bone in my room. The dog runs in ahead of you, tail wagging so hard it makes a loud thump when it slaps the wall. Glad to see you like it. This is enough excitement for one day. It's time to go to sleep. Arf, bed. Arf, I guess you're sleeping with me. Well, I can still go back out here. Is there anything? Nope. Okay. You peel back the covers and slide into bed. The dog is a warm, sprawling mass above you, content to be pushed around as you make yourself comfortable. When you've settled into the sheets, it lays its head across your neck. Warm metallic breath lulling you to sleep. My dogs are the opposite. I either can't move because they're laying on my bed, or if I start moving, they just jump off the bed. Okay, what's going on here? You're dreaming again. You remember being worried about her. You remember waiting anxiously at the door. You remember how the apartment still smelt of her for weeks, the sweetness of her perfume lingering in the sheets. They don't smell like her anymore. Wait, did someone die? Radio static. No. Stay. No. You can't do this again. If you don't think about it, it's like it never happened. Stay inside. Please. No. Aw. What would have happened if I answered the door? Maybe the achievements will tell me. Hold on. Nah. Okay. Let me get up. Okay, I'm up. Bark. That's certainly one way to be woken up. You can't complain though, not when it saved you from bark, bark. Right, you have a dog now. A very strange looking dog. Water the plant. Water the plant. Has it gotten bigger? It's not dead. Maybe that means something. You make coffee, just like every other morning. You cradle the cup in your hands, staring at the walls and the cage of your fingers around the cup until the liquid cools. Just like every other morning. But this time something is different. The dog is here, looking more at home than you've ever felt. The coffee... Oh, I skipped past that. Something about the coffee being cold. Bark, bark. Are you hungry? Bark, bark. You're lucky we don't have any neighbors. Bark, bark. You get it water, then fill a bowl with what's in the fridge. Patience, sausages, and double toasted bread. You hope it's good enough. When you sit it down, the dog lunges desperately towards the food. Munch, munch. It's eating so fast you barely see it chew. You better not throw that up. Well, you fed the dog, may as well feed yourself. You cook with whatever you can find, thankful for the electric stove top. You eat from the pan, standing over the stove. No one's here to judge you. Bark. You've already fed the dog. What do they want? Bark, bark. Hold on, what's out here? Anything new? Any new dialogue? Nope. Okay. Dog want to play fetch? Whine. You want to leave? Bark. Okay, you're the boss. Oh, okay. It's easier to manage the terror that climbs up your spine when the dog is so happy to be outside. Where are we going? Bark. Hold your horses. Bark. We need a Splendor Bark compilation. Bark. No, come back. We're not supposed to go outside. You've never... Oh, yeah. You've never been up here. Arf. Oh, you're worried if you stare too long, you might fall in. Bark. The dog stares at you, imploring, and for a moment its eyes flash violet. No, you're imagining things. It's just a dog. Hold on, give me just a second. Sorry, I need just a second. Alright, cool. It's just a dog. Throw the ball. Message received. Uh-huh. You can almost ignore the lilac glow when you're playing fetch. Forget for a moment that vast otherworldly thing stretching through the sky. The dog doesn't seem worried about it. What time is it? Noon? Evening? Probably midday. At least one of them. Maybe even all of them. I think that's enough for one day. Whine. We can come back tomorrow. Bark. Okay. Then let's go. Someone's in a rush. Let me in. Alright, there we go. The dog looks proud of itself. Okay then. You're so tired. When was the last time your lungs had tasted fresh air? You can't remember. Bark. I'm sorry. I think that's all I have for today. Whine. I guess this is my life now. You crawl under the covers. You still haven't washed them. Not since. The dog lays atop of you, heavier than expected, seeing as it's skin and bone. It cuddles into you, knife-long teeth a whisper from your throat. You can feel its heartbeat through the blanket, the gentle expanding of its chest beneath your hand. Back in the dream. You wish this was over. Anyone at the door this time? Nope. Just the radio. Stay inside. If you don't let them in, they can't get inside. Silence, no sound, no thought. You type in her number into your phone. You know it off by heart. The sound of the buttons are a familiar melody. Ring, ring. It rings out. You try again and again and again. Ring, ring. No, nothing. Miles and miles of nothing. Maybe she's fine. You try to convince yourself. Don't let anyone in that isn't already inside. She has to be inside. Maybe already downstairs. Just in time. Just in time. Dog. Okay, I'm up. Bark. When you touch the soil, it's bone dry. It seems like it's always thirsty. A need so deep it couldn't be slicked by an ocean. You used to know something about need. Now you won't let yourself remember what it means to need anything, let alone want it. First things first, coffee. You make it hold the cup until the liquid cools. You make it hold the cup until the liquid cools. You look down at it, foreign in your unfamiliar hands. You pour it down the sink. You win some, you lose some. Bark. Here you go. Munch, munch. You're slowly getting used to living with the dog. How long has it been now? You can't remember. You should probably name them. What's your name? You can't keep calling them dog after all. Why not? Bark. That's very helpful. How about Rex? Whine. Marble? Whine. Marble sink? Whine. Gas stove? That's a good one. Whine. Nah, let's go with gas stove. Okay. Shank? Bark? Lamb shank? Bark. Lamb shank? Really? Bark. Alright, you're the boss. The newly named lamb shank. The newly named gas stove looks absurdly pleased with himself. Fine. Bark. Bark. Nothing has changed. Makes sense. The sky is... it's there. Don't think about it. How long has it been since you became stuck here? Maybe I should play FNAF Pizzeria Simulator. Is that it? But is that a Steam game? I don't know. I think it is, but I'm pretty sure it's a free Steam game. If it is, then maybe I'll play it. Someone could tell you it had been weeks, months, or years, and you'd believe them. It's not like you can see the sun anymore. Sometimes you forget what other people look like, the way their skin feels, how the muscles in their backs shift when you hold them. Just the thought of touching someone makes your skin crawl. You feel claustrophobic and desperate at the same time. Wrong. That's enough. Time to go back. Bark. Bark. Yeah, there should totally be a Splinter Bark compilation, but I don't feel like making one. So it probably won't get made unless someone else decides to. Or unless I decide to. Who knows? You should eat something. But maybe you shouldn't. You only ate 5 minutes ago, right? Or was it 5 days? Do you think I should eat, Lambshank? Bark. Okay, good call. You cook a meal of whatever you can find and eat it over the stovetop. Owl. I'm coming. Let's go on the balconies. Okay. Still nothing new. Bedtime. You and Lambshank are used to this dance by now. You settle in together and drift to sleep. Dream time. You do anything to wake up, but that isn't how this works. Don't look at the sky. The sky? What's wrong with the sky? What could have possibly happened to the sky? How? It hurts to look at. It's wrong. Not made for this world, but somehow captivating all the same. But why? Maybe you're imagining things. You must be. This isn't real. This can't be real. A fever dream, surely. If you go back inside, the world will return to normal. It has to. She'll come home, and everything will be the way it always was. So is this like a dream of the first day this started happening? So this dude, there's some woman that left. Sounds like potentially like a girlfriend, wife type of thing, but not quite sure. This is your public service announcement. The voice is robotic, clinical, and detached while the world forever changes. Do not let anyone in that comes from outside for the safety of yourself and others. We repeat, do not let anyone in from outside. No. Our homes are safe as long as we are in them. Do not let anyone in that returns from the outside. We repeat, people from the outside are displaying signs. Huh. So maybe whoever this woman is, like, left, and then, I don't know. I don't know for sure, but it is possible that he could be so upset, because, like, she came back, but because she was outside, you know, we had to not let her in. Arf. Predictable. What is this on the ground right here? You used to wonder when the power would turn off. You don't wonder about much of anything anymore. Bark, bark, it's time to feed Lambshank. You take care of the plant. You don't feel like you're there when you water it. Your hand's unfamiliar. Your body unfamiliar. Your mind alien even after all this time. You used to go to bed excited for your morning coffee. Now it's just another thing you do. You fill up the food bowl. Munch, munch. Munch, munch, crunch, crunch. Owl. Lambshank likes it on the balcony. You don't. Something about him shifts under the lilac sky, pushing to be free. He looks hungrier out here, more alien. Oh. Lambshank has decided it's time for fetch. Bark. Okay, don't stand in my way then. Bark. 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 Sometimes you think about going outside and being done with it all. Finished. But you have Lamshank now. You won't walk down the stairs and pry the boarded doors open, fingernails catching on wooden nails as you claw yourself out. No, you'll stay here. For however long that is. Time to go, Lamshank. Bark. Bark. By the way, guys, I'm planning on starting work on my video about who Dad is this weekend. Just so you know. Time for bed? Yep. Huh. Huh? That's weird. You can hear something. The radio? Hello? What? Is anyone there? No, you're imagining things. It's not possible. It can't be. Whine. Hey, it's okay. I'm okay. Are you? Lamshank's eyes are wide, body trembling above yours. Scared. You've never seen him like this before. Did the radio frighten him? Everything feels so fuzzy. You pet Lamshank, running fingers down his spine, each vertebrae sharp against them. You're so tired. Dream again. What should you do? This is your public service announcement. The people from outside are marked. They can only get in if you let them. We cannot stress this enough. Do not let her in. She will hurt you. Wait, what? Please, let me in. She's here. She's safe. Do not let them in. They will hurt you. Please, babe. Let me in. I'm scared. Bzzzt. We repeat. They will hurt you. You're at the door, unable to open it. Heart beating so hard you can taste blood in the back of your throat. You want to let her in. You do, but nothing feels real. Everything feels real. You try to move, to open the door, but your body isn't responding. It's like watching someone else, like you're no longer there, like you're watching yourself, like someone else would watch you. Hey, please, I'm so scared. So are you. White noise. White. You don't think you could let her in if you wanted to. Not safe. The screaming starts. You are brittle, and this is what breaks you. I'm up, Lamshank. I'm up. Is anything real? Ooh, can I get changes? Is anything real? Is anything real? Bark, bark. Real or not, you need to feed Lamshank. Is anything real? You water the plant just in case. Is anything real? You fill up the food bowl. Munch, munch. And out to the balcony. Owl. Is anything real? Bark. Bark. Is anything real? Cotton, it's okay. Bark. Dude, it would be so crazy and unexpected if I interacted with this and it went, is anything real? If this is real, does it mean anything? Thank goodness it didn't say that, because that would have been crazy. And what's worse, that this isn't real. Or that it is and means nothing at all. Wait. I don't know. I can't remember. Something about a smell, probably related to that woman. Time to go, Lamshank. Bark. Bark. Whose room is that? It's got like a mouth on the door. I guess I'll cook food. Not a chance. Okay, never mind. You pull back the covers to get into bed. You're already half asleep. Bzzzt. Attention, citizens. Fine. Why wouldn't it just play if it's that important? Why do I need to interact? Attention, citizens. The city has fallen. Whine. That's enough, Lamshank. In the coming months, we will be evacuating any remaining survivors. Lamshanks, we might be able to leave. Whine. Make sure to keep your radio on to receive pickup coordinates. Animals have been... Bzzzt. What? Lampshanks, what's wrong? Lampshanks looks nervously around the room, flinches at the sound of the radio. We will tell you when it's safe to leave. Owl. It's okay, let's go to bed. Everything is going to be okay. You get under the covers. For the first time, Lampshank doesn't join you. I mean, I would have looked out on the balcony, you know? Anything but this. You can't open it. You turn your back against the door, then slide down until you're a pile on the floor. We repeat, do not let anything in. The screaming continues. On and on and... Time passes and stops and starts, the radio cracking in and out of life, her screams softening, pleas getting weaker as the days stretch into each other. 2 weeks later, the radio goes quiet. So does she. Are you alone? White noise, nothing but the ringing in your head. Somehow the silence is worse than the screaming. You wake slowly. You're used to Lampshank acting as an alarm, all wagging tail and doggy kisses. He's across the room, staring out the balcony door at the sky above. Your dreams always return to her, though each time the memory is fuzzier, worn by time. Was she even marked? You'll never know. You water the plant. Something burns in your chest, but you choke it down. Without you, the plant would die. No, you can't. Your stomach keeps turning over and over, like something is trying to escape alive. You leave it, the cup strangely lonely when filled to the brim. You fill the bowl, but Lampshank doesn't come running. Lampshank, food time. He ignores you. Come on, you need to eat. We're leaving today. Fine. Remember, citizens, we have cleared the way. I don't want to go on the balcony first. The city doesn't look like anything's changed, I'll be honest. The pickup zone is... It's time to go. Why? But we didn't hear what it is. We're just gonna leave the radio? How does that make sense? We should bring the radio with us. That's given us all our information. We didn't even hear what the pickup zone was. Whatever. Anyways, you'll never see this place again. Is that a good thing? Let me check. Okay, cool. Here we go. Or do I go right? I don't know. He's not following me. Lampshank? You good, bro? So I guess it's not this way then? What does leaving this place mean? What does the world look like outside these walls, outside the city? Do you still belong out there? With people and their soft skin, soft hands, soft hearts, will they now be as alien to you as the sky? There it is, the door. Whine, 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 whine. Come on, Lampshank. There was a time where slowly, one by one, people left. There were no boards then, just a closed door with the world outside growing further and further away. You didn't see them often, the few that remained with you, but you could hear them, human sounds that hummed in the background when you least expected. You pull down one of the boards. Whine. Hush, Lampshank. The noise had been comforting. You weren't alone, but they didn't last forever, and over time faded into nothing. They must have left, taken their chances, and the city falling around them. Anything better than staying here, being inside, trapped like a rat in a cage, every day played out again and again until... You pulled down a second board. Whine, bark. Lampshank, that's enough. You've never yelled at Lampshank before. Shame blooms deep in the pit of your stomach, but you can't look at him, knowing that if you see the fear and desperation in his eyes, you'll never leave. You pull down the final board. A beginning and an end, you think. You'd been the one to put them there. A reminder to never leave as the city's siren song promised an escape. You lay your hands on the door, palm against the cool, thick wood. Lambshank, you ready? Whimper. He's trembling uncontrollably. Ooh, that's... does not look good. He's trembling uncontrollably, eyes darting around the room so fast they roll into the back of his head. You pull a key from your pocket, fit it to the lock, turn the handle. Bark, bark. Lambshank lashes forward, closing teeth on your sleeve. With a vicious yank, he pulls you backwards, away from the door. Lambshank! Bark, bark. Lambshank, what's going on? Every inch of his stretched skin looks like it's ready to fight. Lips peel back from inch-long teeth, as saliva drips from a maw gaping impossibly open, wide enough to swallow someone whole. Bark, bark, bark. Lambshank! Bark! Knock. Knock. No. Knock, 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 knock. It can't. No, let me go. Better not. That... really? Okay. All I get is a better not. Inside. You're inside again. Bark. What happened? Lambshank runs to his abandoned food, the leftovers of leftovers that you'd served still there silent. Did it get you too? Did everyone else hear the radio? Follow its lure to the door? Bark. Munch, munch. Lambshank happily devours the food, ghostly tongue scraping the dregs from the bottom of the bowl. Thank you, Lambshank. Yep. He jumps on the spot, looking absurdly proud of himself. Really, I mean it. Ow. Bark. Hold your horses. I don't get it. Can you just go back to this in-between life of fetch and half-consumed coffee? Is it really that easy? What was at the door? Nothing. You're not sure what you expected. Oh, guess I'll listen to the radio. Nothing. Tonight, or maybe tomorrow, or maybe a week from now, you'll throw the radio from the rooftop. Lambshank was right to be afraid. Why? What was at the door? It was just somebody knocked on the door. I don't get the issue. Bark. Bark. You've gotten used to the violet light beating down from above. The creature seems satisfied, if such a thing is possible. It's not roiling in the clouds, instead breathing slowly around the tips of skyscrapers. The longest, softest breath you've ever felt vibrate through your bones. Is this it? Is this everything? Is this where you must remain? Is this the end? Huh. There's quite a few playtesters. Ha. Oh, wait, never mind. It's not that funny. The joke, so I'm not gonna say it. Also, wasn't related to anything. Okay, this game. Wait, I already read this. Okay, so what achievements do I not have? Neglect your plant. Spend some time relaxing on the balcony. So if I just sit there for a while. But is it possible to just not get Lambshank? I just want to test that. What if I just go to bed instead of going to Lamshing? I doubt then it'll be different, but I just want to know, you know? I just, like... Hold on. But I'm just still confused about what was at the door. Wait, could I have pressed space there to get dialogue? So yeah, we hear the dog. I just want to go to bed. Better ignore it. Who knows what it is? If it's even anything at all, you wouldn't trust your mind to not play tricks on you. Not a chance. You'd be able to sleep with that racket. Okay, I don't have a choice. Okay, cool. The screen will be black for a second. I'm going to change it over to Steam. Okay, cool. That was the first game. I would say as of right now on the tier list, I'd probably put it as like an A or a B. Like, you know, it wasn't anything too crazy, but it was a pretty good game. I liked it. Yeah, that was cool. Let's see. What other games do we have? So we've got Descent, The Lost Dachshund, Lights Off, Cheese Game. I'm thinking Descent. So this game, let me pull up the page for it. Lights Off is like some horror thing, and I don't feel like doing that right now. Alright, Descent is a visual novel with a choice-based progression and has strong narrative focus. We'll draw you into the corporate office of Moniker Innovation, where you will uncover mysteries that haunt the halls within. Discover friends, enemies, and uncover the truth behind what Moniker does. It came out fairly recently, not many reviews. So, yeah, this will be interesting. Curious how long. Played for 20 minutes, and like only one possible route to be in the game, which I can't seem to figure out after restarting at least 10 times. Into the... This game's incredibly short, there's almost no content, and I don't think there's any way to complete the game at all. A bit of a waste of time. Okay, so it sounds like this game's gonna be very short. And there might not be any way to actually win. Well, that's alright. We'll still go ahead and play it. See what it has to offer. Oh my god, hold Wow, that was very loud. Actually, I'm just gonna like turn the music way down. And then I'll switch it over. Okay, I'll switch it over now. That music was way too loud, so I had to fix that. Alright, I'm thinking I'll put sound volume and voice volume at like halfway and then see. Hold on, let me see if I can make this a bit bigger on the stream. Okay, now that seems like it's about as good as we're gonna get. That's fine. It's still like most of this game. Okay, cool. I guess just... Oh wait, let's look at the controls. So hold control to skip dialogue. That's good to know. Alright, let's start. What is your name? Name boy. I don't know. How did I end up outside of Moniker? Is this... Okay, this is loud too. Why can't I get rid of the sound? What? Why would they have sound that doesn't count as any of the sound options? How'd I end up outside Moniker? One moment I'm casually partying with a few friends that I'm something about accepting a dare. Are you sure this is worth it? I mean, they seem like a pretty legit operation. Jenny scoffs loudly and reclines in the driver's seat as Brad peers over the passenger side. Tell that to all the missing person cases that happen in the area. People go missing all the time. It doesn't mean a company we know nothing about is a culprit. I'm just gonna have to turn down the desktop audio thing for this. This is so stupid. Oh my gosh. Not the game itself, but like the fact that they have sound that just doesn't count as any of the sound settings. Why would they do that? That's so weird. Anyways, blah blah blah. You expect me to accept the facts from Joseph, the same guy who cracked the story on the school's expired lunch meat? What's his source anyway? He knows the guy who works here and says weird stuff happens all the time. I guess a random stranger who just happens to be employed at the place of suspicion. Listen, it's for a good cause. Don't you want to expose the truth behind this place? You have no idea how many people you'll help by exposing them. This is such a huge opportunity for us to make a name for ourselves. Look, all you need to do is peek around, find anything that seems sketchy, pictures of the lab, documents, or even something that explains where their funding's coming from. I'll be understanding, sure. You both don't need to butter me up anymore. I'll hold up my end of the dare. You're a true hero, just don't get caught. Whatever, I'll make it quick. Just be here when I return. Stop with the rain! You get out of the car and walk into the street. As you step onto the asphalt, your shoes sink into a puddle with a small splash. You are greeted with heavy rain falling onto your shoulders and an eerie silence. There's nothing like a good drunken dare on a Friday night. I should have followed my gut and bailed on the party like I always do. You stare up at a barely lit sign that reads the Moniker Innovation Center. Fine, let's get this over with. You cautiously approach the building to pinpoint only two forms of entry. The first is the side door tucked toward the right side of the building, shrouded in darkness. The second being the main door, boasting a dimly lit entrance. Use the side door. Stop with the rain! Oh my gosh. You sneak around to the right side of the building, making sure to survey your surroundings. The side door is well hidden and seemingly unguarded, with no obvious alarm systems. You peek up to see a camera angle directly where you're standing and use your hood to shield your face. Well, here goes nothing. You pull your sleeve over your hand to avoid leaving behind any fingerprints and feel water soaked through your sweatshirt. The handle clicks, but the door refuses to budge. I don't know if I'm going to play this whole game. We'll see. Staying on your feet, you attempt to use force and aggressively yank on it. The door creaks open with a little resistance. Finally. Oh my gosh. Hold on. Alright. As you sneak in the side door, you get a good look at the hallway spread out before you. To your right is a lobby resembling something you might find in corporate buildings or even hotels. Your eyes suddenly fall upon a man sitting at a receptionist's desk. Must be a night security guard. To your left, the hallway continues further into the building, tantalizing unknown opportunities. You begin your approach toward the wall behind the security guard's desk, hoping he doesn't see or hear you sneaking behind him. As you get closer to him, you can hear a small voice talking in his direction. He's wearing earbuds listening to something. Perfect, I don't need a distraction. You start to think, but then you see a lonesome key card sitting on his desk that could be beneficial to your mission. Let's start with talking to him. I know it's a horrible idea, but I might as well try. You approach from behind him and lightly tap his shoulder. He jumps to the sudden alert while he spins to face you. He wears the jacket with his name Jeff, as well as the label security. His slick back hair paired with his complexion is nothing short of someone you'd label as your type. Okay. Oh no, he's hot. Christ, what are you doing sneaking up on me like that? Sorry to scare you, I was about to leave when I realized I left my dorm key in the lab. You don't have a key card to get in? You see the key card give you a suspicious look. No, today is my first day as a new intern. They don't give me a badge until I complete training. Oh, I didn't know that. They should give you a temp badge to scan in and out or something. Jeff turns back to his desk and grabs the spare key card. Here, you can use this to retrieve what you need, but make sure you bring it back here before you leave. I'll get in trouble if I lose it. Okay, I will, thank you. You quickly make your way over to the nearest hallway with a tight grip on the key card. Okay. Further into the depths of Moniker, loud luminescence drones in the empty hall as lights flicker ever so often. Your footsteps feel like thunder in the open space, though quickly interrupted by the whoosh of pressure releasing. You press closer to the wall, concealing yourself behind a vending machine as the lanky laboratory technician steps out of a sealed room. Wisps of mist briefly follow him out the door as it slowly begins to close. Sneak through the open door. The lab tech turns down the hall in the opposite direction while you slip through the metal door. The lab is strangely empty, only half the lights are on, causing the slanting shadows to cross the room like prison bars. White walls, dark computer monitors, a few vials containing unknown substances, and the heavy thrum of PC fans and ventilation. Everything is so sterile. You try turning on a few of the computers, but they remain dormant. You come up to several rows of workbenches, their contents cleared away into mounted drawers. Beyond the benches, there is a shelf of lab equipment, vials of some dark liquid, Bunsen burners, droppers, and syringes, and other tools that you've seen on TV but couldn't name. Dig through the drawers. You carefully rifle through the interior of each drawer you pass. Most of them are full of the personal effects of the scientists that work in the lab, action figures, family photos, and spare office supplies. You find a few notebooks referring to odd chemical formulas of various animal species. Some of the scientists refer to an entity in their notes, but elaborate no further. What entity? They're studying some kind of creature based on the contents of the notes, references to deep sea species. But what are these chemicals? I'm sorry. Nah, I'm not playing this game. It's too annoying, and it's kind of boring so far. Yeah, nah. I'm skipping this one. I'm gonna go ahead and... Is it property? Is it managed? Yeah. No thanks, man. Don't want this one. Alright. I mean, Adventure Capitalist is a free game, I think. So maybe I can play that sometime too. So we got The Lost Destined, we got Lights Off, and we got Cheese Game. You know what? Let's do Lights Off. Cheese Game. Alright. Space to start. I think this is based on, like, you know, the fear.
One stands at the gates to hell, one waiting for eternal slumber. One ascended to the heavens, one stands at the gates to hell, one waiting for eternal slumber. From the closet you can tell, one ascended to the heavens, one stands at the gates to hell, from the closet you can tell, one ascended to the heavens. One stands at the gates to hell, one waiting for eternal slumber. From the closet one cent,
Pass. Most of them are. Seen on TV, but Interior Experiment. And I'm kind of boring, so I'm gonna. Is it property? Is it managed? Yeah. No thanks, man. Don't want this one. All right.
Hello.
I mean,
Oh my
Adventure
gosh.
Capitalist is a free game, I think.
This is